Hello, good morning. My name is Aisha, and I am teamed up with Chandra and Sri Shai for my presentation in NLP. We chose the topic emotional intelligence that's related to emotional analysis in NLP. So let's move forward to the introduction. Coming to what is emotional analysis. So emotional analysis is a subset of NLP that detects and classifies emotions in text, going beyond basic sentiments like positive, negative, neutral, to identify specific emotions like joy, anger, and sadness. So emotional analysis purely depends on emotions like joy, anger, sadness, or any other emotion exist in the world. And sentiment analysis deals with statements. Either it's true, it's positive, it's false, or it's negative, or it's neutral. Why we need emotional analysis? We need emotional analysis to personalize AI interactions. For example, when we're happy and we say, "Hey Alexa," in a different happy tone, then maybe Alexa can understand that we're happy and give us output related to that. Then brand and reputation management. Using emotional analysis, we would help a company to build its brand and reputation, also manage it. That's, for example, a company is selling something and it doesn't understand emotion. It only deals with other things. Then users wouldn't be feel connected. So users feel connected only if it's emotional, if there's an emotional touch in it. We also need it for political and social research. Science and emotion are the most important things, uh, most prioritized thing for every human being. Emotional analysis would be a great thing to work with. Now let's move forward to here. Let's see about sentiment analysis versus emotional analysis. Based on my previous slides, I mentioned that sentiment analysis focuses on text as it's positive, negative, or neutral, while emotional analysis identifies and categorizes specific emotions like joy, anger, fear within the text. In the text, it identifies the emotions, whereas sentiment analysis identifies or classifies the text as positive, negative, or neutral. So let's see the key differences. First would be focus. The focus would be positive or negative for sentiment analysis, but for emotional, it would be specific emotion like joy, anger, sadness, fear, etc., etc. That depends on the prompt the user puts in. Then we have the depth. It would be surface level interpretation for sentiment analysis, but for emotional analysis, it would be emotional understanding. So that would be more of getting deeper into the text, which is not the outer part. It would be more into the text to understand the emotions. Moving forward to tools, we have sentiment lexicons and NLP for sentiment analysis. We have NLP machine learning and multimodal tools for emotional analysis. Finally, some examples will help illustrate this distinction. Sentiment analysis tells you if review is generally positive or negative, while emotional analysis can differentiate between someone being thrilled versus nervous, or someone has a problem with something, or they're dealing with they're dealing with sadness, they're dealing with anger, fear, joy, and based on that, like what help is needed would be provided through emotional analysis. So the help is through text only, that's through responses only. It's not like physical help or some major help, it would be just a small response. Moving forward, emotions are not emotions are not just theoretical concepts. It's numerous real-world applications. So emotional analysis also have some applications. For example, social media monitoring that helps detect public opinion trends. That when we scroll Instagram or TikTok, we tend to see similar kind of reels popping up, or videos, suggestions, or ads suggested. So that's where emotional analysis can help. And then we have customer feedback analysis, that's to improve the brand reputation. That's to get feedback from customers, analyze their emotions related to the text, and then identify what to be changed, what not to be changed. That's for the companies where they can use it, where it's been using it. Moving forward to mental health AI, it detects signs of distress. So for suppose I have a friend who is in stress. When I hear her, I understand that something is wrong with her. But how would AI understand that? It's truly through our text, our prompts. So it emotional analysis can help understand sentences deeper. Let's see approaches to emotional analysis. So we have three major approaches. We have lexicon-based methods, machine learning approaches, deep learning models. One category, let's move to first category, that's lexicon-based methods. These methods rely on predefined list of words and their associated emotions. They're relatively simple but can be limited in their ability to handle context and nuance. So here technologies would be like keyword matching, rule-based, or text blob, WADR. Then we have moving forward to machine learning approaches. In machine learning approaches, it involves training algorithms on labeled data to recognize emotional patterns in text. These methods include Navi-based SVM and are often used in sentiment classification. Moving forward, the last one, we have deep learning models. These are most advanced techniques capable of capturing complex relationships and dependencies in language. Models like LSTM, transformers like BERTs, have achieved state-of-art results in emotional analysis. The technologies would be TensorFlow, PyTorch, as for popular frameworks. Now let's see techniques and tools. So TextBlob is simpler lexicon-based tool that can perform basic sentiment and emotional analysis. Then we have WADR, optimized for social media sentiment analysis. Then we have BERT, a transformer-based deep learning model for NLP. Then we have Hugging Face, pre-trained transformer models for NLP tasks. And then the last would be LSTM, recurrent neural network for sequential text analysis. Using these tools, we can help understand the text better in perspective of emotional analysis. Rest all, the next slides would be covered by Sai Shri, my friend.
Emotional analysis with wet and go emotions data sets are having goal data processing model training evolution and outcome. And here we go with the goal. The objective is to predict multiple emotions in text using a wet based model. The Go Emotions dataset is used with contains 27 emotion categories, and data processing is the test is cleaned by converting into lowercase, removing punctuation and eliminating stop words. Since one test can have multiple emotions, multi-label classification is applied, and and uh, and here some of the model trainings are pre-trained but model but based uncased is fine-tuned for emotion classification. The training runs for 3 epoch, which data sets split into training, validation, and test sets. Training arguments are used for optimization, and here evaluation. The model performance is measured using micro and macro F1 scores and accuracy. A classification report is generated providing detailed metrics for each emotion category, and the final outcome is by trained model can predict multiple emotions from next. Here we can see the some of the example how we can do the emotions are transmitted. I am thrilled but worried, but the predicted emotion can be as joy and nervousness. Here, the provide code implements emotion analysis using the Go Emotions dataset and a BERT-based multi-label classification model. And below here, we can consider summary of the key steps in the code, which you can use to explain in our presentation here. So we need to first install our library installation and imports the libraries, and we have to load our data set and the pre-processing, and here we processing should convert text to lowercase, and we have to remove our punctuation, tokenize test and remove stop words using the NLTK, and then after we have to do the label formatting in that uses multi-label classification, and a single test can have a multiple emotions, and format labels into a list of indices corresponding to active emotions for each test, and next we have to do model and tokenizer setup, uses a pre-trained but model for sequence classification, and then we have to go for dataset preparation, splits the dataset into training, validation, and test sets, applies tokenization to all the data sets, and then metrics for evaluation, defines a custom function to compute evaluation metrics. And here we can see the two of the accuracy and F1 scores, micro F1 score and macro F1 score and accuracy, which measures overall performance across all classes and measures how often predictions match true labels can tell by the accuracy. And next we can see the training configuration, confuse training parameters using training arguments, and it takes 3 epochs with batch size is 8, evaluates the model at the end of the each epoch, and saves the best performing model based on the micro F1 score, and enables mixed precision training for faster computation on GPU. And then next we can do the model training, initializes trainer object from Hugging Faces, transforms library to handle training and evaluation, and then we go for the model evaluation. It's take the test set using the custom metrics function, then you go for the classification report and emotion prediction function, in which we can see the processes input text, tokenizes it using bed tokenizer, and the final example we can see here, I am thrilled about the new discovery but worried about the implications. Then it will take our prediction in emotions, then it go for the training metrics, classification, emotion predictions, and the final answer we can see here, I am thrilled but worried, emotions, joy, and nervousness. And In practical demo, we can see as a problem an e-commerce company struggle to understand customer emotions in support charts or emails. This made issue prioritization and personalized responses difficult. And here we comes with the solution by using the emotion analysis was implemented by using the but fine tuned on Go emotions. The model tags messages in real time with emotions like anger, joy, and frustration. And some of the outcomes comes like customer satisfaction, empathetic responses, improved user experience, reducing churn, and agent efficiency, faster issue resolution by prioritizing emotions, and data insights helped in identifying frustration sources, and enhanced trainings are emotion based insights, improved agent training. And from here my friend will continue the next slides. Thank you.
Hello everyone, here I will be explore case study. Let's take a look at a real-world application of emotion analysis in customer support. An e-commerce company struggled to prioritize customer queries effectively because they lacked an understanding of nuanced emotions in support charts and emails. By implementing a BERT-based emotion analysis system, they were able to tag customer messages with specific emotions such as anger, joy, and frustration in real time. As a result, they improved customer satisfaction through empathetic responses, increased agent efficiency by prioritizing urgent queries, gained valuable insights into customer frustration points, and enhanced agent training using real-world emotional data. Moving on to the next slide, challenges in emotional analysis. Despite its advantages, emotional analysis faces several challenges. Sarcasm detection remains a difficult task, as words may contradict the actual emotion. Multilingual analysis is another challenge, as different languages express emotions in unique ways. Context depends means that same phrase can carry different emotions depending on the situation. Finally, biased datasets can lead to skewed results affecting the fairness and accuracy of the models. Moving on to the next slide, future trends. Looking ahead, emotion analysis is evolving in exciting ways. Multimodal emotion detection, which combines text, voice, and facial expressions, is becoming more advanced. AI models will also become more personalized, learning user-specific emotion patterns for better interactions. Ethical considerations such as reducing bias and protecting privacy will play a crucial role in shaping the future of this technology. Moving on to the next slide. In conclusion, emotion analysis is a powerful extension of traditional sentiment analysis, allowing AI to detect and classify specific emotions in text. This capability has a wide-ranging applications, from customer support and mental health to social media monitoring and brand management. With advancements in AI, emotion analysis will continue to enhance human-computer interaction and create a more empathetic technologies.